The J Caves of the Gnolls were one of the shorter encounters in the original adventure, consisting of just 5 encounter areas, of no more than 49 individual Gnolls, 18 of which were children that did not fight. There were 3 particular things about the Knoll Caves in the original module that made it stand out. The first being ale in the locked room is of such quality that it might entice a PC drinking it to become drunk, in which case they would go on making noise and suffer a -2 to all attacks thereafter. There is also a cursed sword -1 in this location. The secret passage between the chief's chambers and the location of K63 is not known to any of the Gnolls. Yet when the party finds the chamber, if they find the chamber, they find the body of a dead human thief and his elven boots. Aside from this, the only other thing to note about the Gnolls is the implicit instructions to the dungeon master that any Gnoll losses suffered are not to be replaced, and that any survivors would seek rescue with the orcs in caves B and C, as there is a loose alliance between them. This is one of the few overt mentions of the monsters working together for each other's mutual benefit. And in true DDO fashion, they make the module their own, and we encounter none of this. I will leave it up to you if what they put in its place is of more interest. It's certainly in keeping with the ongoing plot. I'll give them that. I'll have to remember that next time. Alright, well, back to what we were doing. On to the Knoll Caves. I'm not sure how the night and day cycles work through this. According to them, it's night anyway. A shot on the run, I love it. A hit with a 5, roll of 5, you see that right here. A heck of a shot, any way you look at it. When a roll of 5 hits, you're the gods are with you. Of course, one of the funniest things I can recall on a tabletop role-playing game, and this is the dreaded 4th edition now, for those of you who have played the D&D version, which will not be mentioned, right? Which Wizards entirely, after several years of supporting and pushing, said, we're sorry, and revamped the entire game into 5th edition now, which is kind of a mash of 2nd edition and 3.0. In a lot of ways, they kind of went back to their roots instead of the trends that they were following in the gaming world. 4th edition by itself wasn't bad if you accepted. Okay, here we go. The obligatory encounter.
A smashed wagon stands in the middle of the road, all that remains of an ambushed caravan.
Oh, he cast a mesh in, but he hadn't done that before, had he? Okay. But anyway, I was saying, the edition wasn't that bad, but one of the game was heavily influenced by other online games. In fact, that was the intention of what Wizards wanted to do. They wanted to make this game playable on computer. They thought it would thought a lot of that was their vision. They wanted to move the gaming world online. They figured that would be the way to go for the future. And I think they lost sight of um, what made D&D D&D. Uh-oh. Oh, I hate those crabs. Quite killing deer here. But anyway, back to the 4th edition story. A very funny thing that happened was one of our barbarians, we had a barbarian in the party, and it was one of those things where, he would just get started, and by the time it came, you're sitting there watching him do his thing, and you're asking yourself, would you please just finish it for the rest of us, or let us do something? It was, because it was such a role-oriented, and not a role-play, I mean a rolling dice-oriented game. It was a great miniatures combat game. It was not a very good role-playing game. And in one of these epic moments, he gets taken out.
Swallowed cave entrances dot the ravine walls.
Yes, DM, we know
These
you've told us this
must be
before.
the caves of chaos, where the cultists
Will you
and
shut
their
up?
monster allies have made
I don't
their
think she's going to
base.
shut up. Okay. As I was saying, in one of these epic encounters, he gets swarmed by a bunch of minions, and he gets taken out by a minion that he kept missing. The minion actually kills him and puts him into a death saves, and we never let him live that down. Okay, so the Knoll Caves are up here. Now that we're 2nd level, I'm really not that concerned. Of course, I never was really concerned to begin with, but considering that I was at 40 hit points to begin with at level 1, thank you, DDO, for such interesting nonsense. Part of the problem of DDO, I'm sorry. It's not, they make it fun for the players. I understand that aspect, but it's not as lethal as a real tabletop game when you're just running around with a handful of hit points. Back when we were playing the tabletop game, it was a thing to be a wizard, because a wizard, or even a thief for that matter, a rogue, you would only have at the most, if you had the con bonus of 4 or 5 hit points, and then a rogue might have 6 at most, maybe 7 with a good con, 8. And so it was melee combat or even range combat were not your friend. You were really relying upon the party to keep you alive. Alright, so here we go. We are at the Knoll Caves now. Violent delights. Okay. Gnolls are crafty and chaotic creatures, constantly plotting and planning. And here we go.
You can see Gnoll guards ahead, blocking the entrance to their camp. Just as you brace yourself for a fight, another Gnoll calls out to you in a shrill voice.
You there! If you're looking for a way inside, I've got just the thing. But I might need something myself.
A Gnoll that wants to parlay, alright. Eula hears adventurers cause trouble in Borderlands. Lucky you, Eula has a bone to pick with tribe. Chief bring tribe to Borderlands when cult of evil chaos say so. Half of tribe convinced too. We all come, but Gnoll outlanders still want go back to mountains. Cult of evil chaos, nothing but trouble. What's that got to do with me? Humans in keep send you, yes? You know easy way to help humans. Convince Gnoll outlanders they should go back to mountains. They turn against cult, no reason to stay. Then human only fight half of Gnoll tribe. Eula give you charm of evil chaos, as opposed to the charm of good chaos. You know, there's evil chaos, and not to be confused with good chaos. She stole to enter camp. Say you from cult, then guards let you inside. But pretend you not met me. If mother knows I gave you charm, she kill you. You're surprisingly helpful for a bloodthirsty Gnoll. You turn against your own mother? What do you get out of this, really? Own reasons. None of adventure's business. Must start end with leaving this damn cave. You turn against... Why not? Cult is bad news. You're better off far away from here. Okay.
Eula Bloodgleam, daughter of the Gnoll chieftain, has given you a charm of evil chaos to help you infiltrate the camp.
She just throws it on the floor.
She and the Gnoll Outlanders want to leave the Borderlands.
Okay. Hi, this is Russell Gar, and I am here for the Cult of Evil Chaos inspection. Turn tail, outsider. No, let rotten human inside camp. No way. Rotten human, you say? Well, I guess I'll tell the cult you won't let a treasured member inside. You have something to hide? You from Cult of Evil Chaos? No proof. No, then how's this charm for
the guards scramble to let you pass. Just as Eula said, a visitor from the Cult of Evil Chaos commands their attention.
As I proceed to wreck the place. Okay. Diary of Rhea Brasstusk.
You find a stone slab inscribed with Gnollish glyphs. After a moment, you're able to decipher the strange writing.
No like smoke cave, Rhea miss home, miss tall mountains outside Borderlands. But no leave without Kova. She's smart Gnoll. She knows best. If Kova want to stay, Rhea stay.
You find Rhea Brasstusk's diary hidden in the dirt. It seems Rhea admires Kova Pebbleskin.
Nope, nothing in here. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, you guys passed. Keep out of my way, alright? Let's see here. What we got over here? Nothing. Shrine of Evil Chaos. You smell like dinner. Well, thank you. I think we bring blood offering of humans to shrine. A cultist? I'll grab Maw doing in Cultist Cave. Follow Chief Bloodgleam to end times. Appreciate your loyalty, yes. Outlander Muscle. Back up, Cultist Scum. Follow Chief Bloodgleam to end times. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Cultist Shaman. Evil Chaos reigns. Bow to cult leaders. Eula, much like Chief, out for blood. Craves the chaos. Chief for us now, come back later. Oh, look here. Let's see. Okay, the culty meal I'll table this and that. Okay, nothing there. Okay, that looks good. And let's see, can I snipe that now? Okay, nothing to see here. I'll be back. And let's see. What are you looking at? I'm looking at you, Knoll Face. Don't go in there. Cave filled with crawly beasts. Alright, we'll save that for later. Oro Sandcloak. Wait here. A human all by itself inside camp? Who let you in? Oro wonders. I'm from the Cult of Evil Chaos, and I can prove it. See this charm? You have a shiny charm. Big deal. Other Gnoll leaders thicker than tree trunks. Not Oro's, but I no care who you really are, phony cultist. You already convinced me to leave camp. Tricking other Outlanders will work, but maybe human can push wary Gnolls over edge. Oro, here, Chief, and cultist Gnolls sacrifice Outlanders to Cult of Evil Chaos. You're kidding. We cannot prove it. Sacrifice humans. Other Gnolls? No one cares, but sacrifice Outlanders, they want blood. Last Outlander who disappeared was Gravemaw. Gravemaw never took off shiny ring. Stolen from human and keep. Aro Bitsring is somewhere with cultist Gnolls. What do you get out of this? Aro gets to go home and keep skin on back. Outlander's not safe in Borderlands. Scram back to mountains. I'll see what I can find.
Oro's Sandcloak lets you in on a secret. Chief Bloodgleam has been lying to the Outlanders about sending their comrades to join the cult. If you can prove that Outlanders are being killed as sacrifices instead, it will destroy their loyalty to the Chief.
The Diary of Boomfoot. This last time Zark steal my food. He need hunt his own prey. The thief better watch out. Boomfoot knows things and not afraid to tell.
This tablet belongs to a Gnoll named Boomfoot, who claims to know a dark secret about Zark's Soot Club. Talking to Boomfoot could be very useful.
Alright, Boomfoot, where are you? I think yours in here. Oh. Is that there? So as you can see, this is more role-playing oriented, not so much fighting. Alright. The stranger wants something from Boomfoot. What do you know about Zark Soot Club? Zark the Viscous? Or Vicious? Ha! Boomfoot can't help my... Did I said Viscous? That's hilarious. Ha! Boomfoot can't help but laugh. Last big battle, Boomfoot injured leg, so rest on a boulder. Boomfoot look around and see Zark cower in fear behind a tree, and Boomfoot start thinking, has anyone ever seen Zark fight? He'd talk and talk about being tough in rush of battle, but Zark a coward, and if he keeps stealing Boomfoot's food stores, everyone will cave and will know about it.
Boomfoot reveals that Zark Soot Club, the renowned Outlander fighter, can't stand the sight of blood.
Huh.
Time to let Zark know what you know.
Okay, let's see, I want to go that way. Oral Sand Club. Diary. Zark. Kolva Pebblefoot. Okay, let's see what's anything over here. Who are you? What does human want from... Just taking a look around. I've heard you for some of your... Just looking around. Taking a look around. Just taking a look around. I've heard some of your lot want to leave the Borderlands. It is true, Zark miss mountains, but Zark follow cult because Chief Bloodgleam follow cult, and Chief brings Zark the Vicious to the Valley of the Battle and Blood. If you don't help me convince the other Outlanders to leave, I'm going to rain battle and blood onto your head. Or I could say, Boomfoot told me you actually don't like this battle and blood. Boomfoot? He dare destroy reputation of Zark the Vicious. Zark tear him limb from limb. It's true. Zark want to vomit at sight of blood. Zark miss days of sleeping on mountaintop with easy prey. Humans and keep one hurt Zark. You can't tell anybody what Boomfoot said. Zark will tell others to leave. Not so vicious after all, it seems. Okay, I convinced him to leave. Oh, what's this over here? Blood and chaos. Can't find my lucky rat bone. Kolva bet other Gnoll eat it. Lucky bone for luck, not for food.
You've stumbled across Kolva Pebbleskin's diary. The Outlander writes about losing her lucky rat bone. Finding it might persuade her to join your side.
You're in the wrong part of the cave, so you're not allied with the cult, then why are you here? Foolish chief drag us from home in mountains. She'd tell us follow cult one by one. Leave would be nice, but it is not wise. Kolva not been lucky lately. Leave would be risky. Sometimes you have to take risks to get what you want. Then from cult makes good point. Kolva wonders why they help her. Perhaps Kolva is foolish one for taking advice. We'll see. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. Okay, well. Oh, we've spotted something hidden. Oh, see. Continuing our inspection, 20 gold pieces. Oh, this will have to go back to the Cult of Evil Chaos for accounting purposes. Thank you. It's locked. Well, we'll take care of that here in a minute. No way to go there. Cult. Let's see here. Anything up here? No. Okay, let's have a look around. Oh, what's this over here? Hello? Shiny rat bone. You find a polished set of animal ribs that have been picked clean. This must be the lucky rat band Cole was missing. Okay. No leader. What's this? Worm from cult crawls into my camp. Cult elders not tell me you coming. Interesting. This is in their surprise inspection. I see. I do all the cult commands. I bring money sacrifice to shrine. Convert more outlanders every day. See for yourself. You mind if I look at the shrine then? It's a perfectly normal inspection. No need to worry. You peer closely at the Shrine of Evil Chaos. At first you see nothing out of the ordinary, but underneath the bone you spy a gleaming gemstone ring, just like one Grave Maw used to wear.
You spot a gemstone ring among the rubble of bones and blood. Oros said Gravemaw always wore a ring like that before he went to serve the cult. This proof of Gravemaw's death will convince the Outlanders once and for all that they should abandon the cult.
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Yeah, let's see here. I think we needed to go this way. Global Publiskin. Cult of Evil Chaos. No, okay. Rhea shouldn't talk to you. Rhea not very smart. Rhea told stay out of cult business. You know, Kolva, she told me she wants to leave the Borderlands. Kolva say so? She wisest, smartest Gnoll Rhea knows. If Kolva wants to go, Rhea will spread the word.
The Gnoll nods in agreement. You've convinced enough Gnoll Outlanders to turn against Chief Bloodgleam and her cultists. You've convinced members of the tribe to turn against the Cult of Evil Chaos, and found proof that Chief Bloodgleam has been lying about sending the Outlanders to work with the cultists. This should be more than enough to create an uprising in the Gnolls' ranks. Chief Bloodgleam bellows at the crowd.
You would trust this outsider over your own chief? Have you forgotten everything the cult has done for you idiots?
The Outlanders seem to reconsider. But you have something that will convince them. You hold up Gravemaw's bloody ring and reveal that you found it in the chief's shrine.
Chief said Gravemaw joined the cult!
Someone shouts.
Gravemaw never took that ring! He's dead, and we'll be next!
You think you've won against the onslaught of Knoll cultists. But then another wave floods in, pouring from the You look around at the blood-stained earth. Not a single cultist remains standing. The Outlanders cheer, relieved that they can finally leave the Borderlands behind.
Those fools! I can't believe they took the bait!
Eula stands beside Oro, who laughs with her. There must be more to these two than it initially seemed.
Haha, foolish humans, you do everything Eula wanted. Now the hard part over, Eula bet adventure finally asked some good questions. I'm guessing you didn't do this for the Outlanders, did you? Outlanders? Pah! They'll run back to mountains for good now, but Oro and Eula want more than same old life in same old mountains. We want to be together. Knowing Chief, she'll kill Eula for loving enemy Gnoll like Oro, but Chief Bloodgleam can't tell Eula what to do if she's dead first. Haha. What? You don't care about that your mother and half your tribe is dead? Colt had to go, you agree? Besides, if Eula not give you charm, and all Gnolls and tribe would be dead. Now just half. Who the real hero, me or you? Oro and Eula leaving while dust settles. But you help Eula, so I help you. You keep charm of evil chaos, and we help when time for cult leaders to die. All well ends well, I guess.
Chief Bloodbloom and the other cultists out of the way, Eula and Oro can finally escape into the wilds together. As they turn to leave, Eula tells you to hold on to the charm of evil chaos she gave you, in case you need help defeating the rest of the cult.
Okay, live in the city, some throwing hammers, a tower shield I can't use, and the Aegis of the First Watch. Okay, so can I open this now? I know there's a key somewhere. We'll try to go back to the throne room. We'll call in our... Oh, we might as well do this now.
Vermin squirm inside the sealed chamber. When the creatures notice you, they attack. The last of the vermin lets out a mangled shriek as you knock it into the dirt.
Any more? I don't see anything. Oh, no, nothing there. Let's see, where was the throne room? Oh, that was back this way. And turn left, right, turn right. And let's see. I thought there was a key up here somewhere. Can't destroy it. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call the cleric, or call the rogue anyway. Yep, go this way. Yep. All right. Well, hello, Rihanna. Would you mind opening this for me? Ah, we gotta stand over and let it work. Thank you. Bloodstones, negates, other stuff I can't use. Oh well. Any more gold over here? I don't see any. Okay, well, let's go ahead and head back and turn in the quest. And try to dismiss. I thought there was a way to... Was it here? Dismiss. Yep. There we go. Okay. Pretty certain there was a key somewhere, but I can't remember where it is. Not that I need it now. So we're going to go ahead and head on out of here. I'm going to pause for a moment and just go over the actual comparison to the caves. Now here's the map of the original J caves that I showed you earlier. And if we compare it now to the new caverns created by Dungeons and Dragons Online, you will find that it only roughly resembles the original caves. Here we've got the entrance, we got the guard room, and this is supposed to be the locked room. We have the common area, which it was not. This would be the chief chambers. And then this up here, which does not appear. There is supposed to be a secret passage. All in all, this is by far probably the worst comparison of all the modules so far, especially when it comes to the map. I'm going to give the map about 50 to 55, maybe 60% accuracy, because some things they had to incorporate simply because of their game engine, and I understand that. But as far as the playability goes, this is way off. So I'm going to only give this score a 65% accurate. And well, actually, no, let's do that opposite. About 65% of the map wise, but only about 10% of this is even remotely close to the original. The only accuracies that there are, they're Gnolls, and there's a chief, and that's about it. And it's still night. Okay, well.
Small, squalid cave entrances dot the ravine walls. These must be the Caves of Chaos, where the cultists and their monster allies have made their base.
You don't say. The sun rises over the horizon, and we've got goblins here. Let's check a few of these out.
A monster attack has reduced this farmstead to a smoking ruin. I'm going to leave the barrel alone this time. Okay, there they are. If you remember this is a twig light. This is from the what was the name of that module? I was just twig bites. Yeah, were introduced in the 3.0 module I was told about in the last video.
more fire beetles. Alright, slowly expanding our horizons here. So over this way there is a shrine. If you collect 3 charms throughout the wilderness area, it unlocks one of the rare encounters. Oh. That's over this way. If I remember right, it should be right in here somewhere. There it is. Now this was not part of the original
You get an
This is new
uneasy
and
feeling
added
as you
by
approach this ancient altar.
DDO, but you need 3 bat socket, a spider socket, and a snake socket, and those are in the outlying areas around there, but we'll do that for another day. Let's see. Squirrel! Kill it! No! Food! The guards scrambled to let you pass. Oh, this is okay. That's old stuff. Oh, it's the door. There we go. And time to
keep on the
heal up, have a
Borderlands was
drink,
built
turn
to
in the
protect this
requests.
valley. Constant monster attacks have driven the valley's
my
residents
God.
to take refuge behind the
That's
keep's
probably one of the
walls.
most annoying parts of any DDO module, is that when you go through the same, you get the same verbiage. But it's so annoying. I wish that they would fix that. It only happens once and you don't have to listen to it again. Okay. I am thankful that the gods have safely returned you to us, Rasalgar. And it warms my heart to know that you are spared at least some of the Gnolls. Hopefully the survivors will find their own god to worship now that they're not forced into following the cult of evil chaos. You've earned every bit of this reward. May the gods guide you in your journey. Venomous longbow feeding. Their armor. Yeah, I think that's going to be the better choice. What's next? Your ingenuity deserves to be rewarded. Yes, I think I know of just the task. Go talk to Trom Hillcrest. What a name. He's got a job that you should find very rewarding. Rewarding, huh? Alright, I'll talk to Trom. Trom the Chamberlain. One moment, stranger. Every adventurer seeks treasure. Yes, then I have a proposition for you. Suppose I were to tell you where a treasure can be found, and that you will need to claim it as your own, is some courage and a little good fortune. Would you be interested? I'm always interested in treasure. Where did the treasure come from? It was stolen from us, I'm sorry to say. The cult of evil chaos has been robbing our caravans and looting our settlements for months. They've built up a sizable hoard. Some of the treasure has already been paid out to the monsters that follow the cult, but the rest is kept inside a treasury. And why hasn't some other adventurer already had claim to it? This brings up a delicate issue. Other adventurers have indeed tried to retrieve the treasure, but none have returned. I suspect a powerful guardian protects the cult's hoard, but surely no one expects evil cultists to leave their treasure lying out in the open. So tell me where to find the treasure. Go to the Caves of Chaos. There you will find a treasury where the cult of evil chaos stores its ill-gotten wealth. Defeat the guardian you find there, and the treasure will be yours. A risky adventure, perhaps, but there is no reward without risk. I'll go to the treasury in the cult of evil chaos. The loot will be mine. Now, 2 things of note here. In the original Mystara campaign setting, there were no gods, there were immortals. And that a mortal being could then become an immortal, which nobody ever really wanted to do because it was just a nearly impossible task to become. But this shows the intention of the DDO team, along with the original module writers, that you could drop the Keep on the Borderlands into any campaign setting. And so they naturally have had to make those amends in the plot, since DDO doesn't follow the Mystarian campaign. Let's see. Okay, we're going to come here. We're going to turn in our trade. We're going to repair. And let's see. I'm going to sell that. Might keep the dagger. We're going to sell the gems. Let's see, we decided to keep that last time. Silver shards. Yeah. Not so much I want to part with this time. Okay, we've got a decent bow now. Let's take a look at this here. Stop that. Average of 6. Okay, we're going to replace that. And we're going to get... This is just a regular dagger, right? Yep. We're going to replace that with this. So now, there we are. Resonating Dagger of Repair Lore. Repair and rust spells have a 5%, which I don't have. Okay, I'm too low in level to be of anything like that. Let's see, let's gather there up the arrows. And I think we're good. Potions. Now, should I ever want a shield, I will have that option available to me. Why does it do that? Oh. There we go. Okay, and we're going to put that right down here as another option. And put that one here. Okay, I think we're good. Well, next we'll go off to find the treasury. Now, this is one of the classic examples of how they've taken their original content and made it their own and created explanations for things that otherwise, when you first review the Keep on the Borderlands module, by itself it doesn't really make sense. Except there was this little blurb that's issued by Gary Gygax as he sought to explain how a referee could put some of these inconsistencies together to make for more continuity. And it is a particular note that any DM or anybody who plays any role-playing game, it's a skill you develop with time. But anyway, that was the Knoll Caves.